Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Sarah Easterbrook here. Hey, Kaylee, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing good. And, this is a late episode on Thursday because I really wanted to change up what it is that we were talking about. And I really want to be, vulnerable today. Because I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. I'm sick of seeing, you know, the gazillions of coaches that are online right now that are selling us, the next strategy and the next pyramid scheme and the next get rich. And like they're selling and selling and selling. And it's jam packed with like these gurus and these coaches that are promising overnight success. And I'm here to bosh that right now because there's no such thing as overnight success unless you got a tip, right? In the market. But even then, there's consequences. And so you see these coaches, right? These coaches or these mentors. You see them with the success, but you don't see the behind the scenes. You just see the marketing, and marketing is there to pull you in to make you want more information. And I don't know about you, but my fucking inbox is like exploding with webinars and all of these things and these next best things. And then you get on them and they just give you a little taste. They don't really give you much, which, then you end up buying. And so, I'm not an overnight success. I've been doing this for like 5 years, maybe even more now, maybe close to 7 years. I've been doing this, and it's a lot of trial and error, right? It's a lot of back and forth. And I'm not a guru, and I'm not a coach. I'm just a woman who has worked her ass off to get to where she is right now. And you're going to hear a lot of things in the marketplace like manifesting. Just manifest. Just have your belief and poof, it'll all come like magic. Now, don't get me wrong, it does, but it does require some type of action that you have to take. It's not just a thought and a genie shows up. It is inspired action that you have to take when you have that thought or that belief.
Yeah, absolutely, Sarah. I couldn't agree more. And especially with, all of the chances, speaking from my point of view, all the chances I've taken the past few years too was jumping into a completely new lifestyle when my old life was dependent, and so I thought I had to depend on an actual job. From doing that to now, doing what we're doing, you're absolutely right. Everything's trial and error. But even outside of business, like just your life personally in all areas, everything we do is trial and error. So it's kind of annoying to see all the coaches online that can say, I'll promise you this and 5-day masterclass for magical results. Like, no, it's not like that. You have to put in the work. And I actually did a post today, and it's something that came up to my mind when Sarah and I were talking um
It was
just
Monday.
about stuff last week. And it was that if you don't think it in your mind, you're not going to put it into action at all, right? So even when you are thinking the thoughts, you still have to put it into action. That's just like thinking, I got to get A to Z and I have to go get gas, but you just sit at home and then you never do anything because you miss it all because you never filled the tank.
Or planting seeds in a garden and not weeding out the weeds that come in, right? You can't just plant a seed because you can plant, roses, and you can plant, what is that, nitrate, whatever the
Yeah.
the deadly poison one is, and they're both going to grow, right? It's what are you focusing on? Like, I don't know about you, but when I plant my garden in the spring, I have to go out daily to water it and to pull out, the weeds that aren't serving it, that are strangling it, right? And you do go through a lot of trial and error. And I have been a struggling entrepreneur. I have gone through it all. I've gone through the ups and downs. And if you guys didn't get a chance to see the webinar that we did on Wednesday, come join us next Wednesday because I'm being real and honest and I'm showing you the behind the scenes. No longer am I going to show up in clothes that I don't want to wear. Like, I want to be me, and I want to be raw, and I want to be honest, like Steve Jobs, right? Like Les Brown. I love Les Brown. Like, he talks about his struggles. He talks about how he went door to door and he was trying to feed his family, and he had to go door to door and he had to sell that TV. That's what entrepreneurism is. There's no quick fix. I'm telling you right now, there's no quick fix. I love network marketing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it is the greatest industry that you can be in, but you have to do the fucking work. You cannot just post on social media and expect to make money. And then when you fail, and I ask you, how many calls did you have this week? How many people did you reach out to? And you say, no, I just posted on social media. That's not how it works. There's 2.85 billion people posting on social media every single month. Every single month. How are you going to stand out? Are you hungry enough? Right? Or are you just comfortable living the life that you're currently living? Because I was not comfortable living that life. I was not comfortable having somebody dictate when I can go to work, when my husband can come to my wedding rehearsal, right? He wasn't even able to be there until it was over, right? I wasn't comfortable having him travel for 3 hours every single day to get to work in a crappy neighborhood. And so we did something about it, and we failed fucking hard. We fell on our faces. We went $100,000 in debt, and we ended up working at a grocery store, which there's nothing wrong with working at a grocery store if it's what you love to do. But if you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, just to collect a tiny pay at the end, and you're miserable and you're complaining and you're thinking, I could have better and I wish I could do more, then you need to do something about it. And so I did, because I didn't want to work at that grocery store. I wanted my freedom. And so you look for other ways. There's no shortage of money.
It's so true, Sarah. And I was just talking with Will this morning, and we were talking about literally like people going to jobs or entrepreneurs. I said to him, because he works at a farm granary, I said, in order for you to be successful, you go to somebody else's job, right? And you work for them for 8 hours. That's what keeps their business going. But I said, as an entrepreneur, I said, you can even in MLM and network marketing, and even if you start your own business, whatever it is that you do, I said, that's your baby. I said, you can't just automatically start it and think, I'm going to put in an hour here and an hour there, and hopefully it's successful. No, like, it literally takes blood, sweat, and tears to start your own business. Like, it's not, like you said, it's not an overnight success. It's not something that you just do for a few hours. That's a hobby. Like, you have to put the work in. And same thing when you're seeing all these promising results online, like, come learn from me and you can be X, Y, and Z, right? Like, obviously, yes, that's what everybody does, is they teaches you the principles of what it is to do. And that's why people resonate with everyone differently. But the thing is, whatever it is you're learning from whoever you choose to learn it from, that's great. But it's not what you do in that time while you're gathering the information that's going to keep you to be successful. It's what you do with that and put into action that's going to get you there.
Yeah. So I've paid for lots of coaches. Like, we spent probably close to $60,000 last year on different coaches, and some of them gave us good advice, and some of them just took our money and run, and some of them gave us terrible advice and dragged our name through the mud. And I'm not here to slander anybody's name at all, but I just want you to be careful. I want you to be careful, because there's coaches out there who are saying they're coaches, but they have no experience and they don't have the results. Right. And that's what I found, is that I found that there was these it's cash grab coaches is what I'm calling them. Right. Is where they just take your money and then they give you a course and they're like, walk through this course, but they don't give you actually any value or any stepping stone. And it's just the same thing over and over again. But here's the thing: you can have all the systems, you can have all of the roadmaps, but if it's all in here, and if, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I'm pointing to my chest right now, it's all inside of you. People are always looking for outside circumstances, right? They're looking for all these things outside of them, and they have all these dreams, and they're carrying all these things, but they're also carrying a bag of conditions with them. When I have the right roadmap, then I'll be successful. When somebody guides me, then I'll be successful. My favorite one is, just give me the things I need to write in Messenger. Like, that's not how you go about your growing. That all comes from within you and having natural conversations. And I'm speaking to this gentleman who is so successful, so successful. And he's so down to earth. And he actually wants to hear what I have to say. He got on a call with me because he wants to hear what I have to say. He didn't charge me for it, right? And he wants me to be part of his movement. Those are people that you want to work with. You want to work with people who are going to grow with you. And unfortunately, I worked with people who wanted to fuck me. Like, seriously. I spent so much money in lawyer fees and like spent so much time trying to build myself up after my name was dragged through the mud, and it's exhausting. And I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I wanted to quit. I don't know how many times I cried to Kaylee that I wanted to quit. Like, I was losing my faith, and I kept saying, why is this so hard? Why can't it be easy? And then I picked up my book on You're the Power of Potential. You have the Power of Potentials Within You, I think, by Maxwell. Who is it? John C. Maxwell, The Power of Your Potential. And I opened up the book, and it says, life is not a straight line. And if it's a straight line, then you're going to be bored. And you need to have these ebbs and flows, these valleys. You have to have those, because that right there is where the courage comes. It's where the knowing that you're just one step away from that success.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. And I think anybody's life, even like there's so many different types of people in the way they live out there. There's not one person that lives the same as the next. Everybody has their own life and chooses to do what they do every single day. But there's some people that wake up every morning just playing it safe. Just saying I'm comfortable here. I don't really like it, but I'm scared to go outside of it, so I'm just going to play it safe. You know what? Those are the people that just believe they're content, but really there's so much more to life. There's so much more to life, and a big eye opener if I mean, your eyes haven't opened in the last 2 years with how life has been. Like, that in itself is completely eye-opening, in the relationships and families and all the things that have happened. Just the last 2 years have shown you that life can change in a split second.
Mhm.
Like, shit gets thrown at people every single day, and it's not how they deal with it. It's how they think about the situation. Sorry, it is how they deal with it. It's how they look at the situation, and what what they make as a decision is everything in moving forward. It's either looking at it and just staying covered in that shit, or literally cleaning yourself off and keep trucking. And that's where you have to be persistent in life.
Yeah.
Right? And I talk to people all the time, and I think everybody has had something thrown in their life that they didn't want. And it fucking took them to their knees where they could hardly breathe. And they were like, what do I do? Right? I think everybody's had at least something in their life like that. And when that happens, and I'm talking to people that are in a place like that right now, and they're asking, like, how do I get off my knees? It's where you look at it and you think, what is it that I want? And you have to keep that clear in mind. And you have to know that it's almost like everything that's thrown at you is a test and questioning, do you want it? Because I'll tell
Both.
you one oh yeah, I'll tell you one thing. If you get something thrown at you and you just give up, you didn't want it. You'll never know what it's like to have it. Do you want to live your whole life like that? Or do you want to be the person that through hell and high water, you wanted it so bad that you made the decision just 1% every day to work towards it, and you got it? Because I know when I'm sitting at the end of my life, wherever it be, where whoever I'm with, and I'm thinking about every single year of my life, I'm going to be saying, I did that, not I wish I did.
Yeah. So there when you're kicked in the ribs and you feel like there's no way out of this, there's always hope. I remember being, we were broke. Like we were broke. And it wasn't the first time I was broke. The first time I was $50,000 in debt. And then I managed to get out of that. And then we moved here and we were $100,000 in debt. And I couldn't breathe. You can't breathe when you have that weight on your shoulder, and you look for people to help you, right? Because you do need people. That's the thing. You can have the what and the how, and you can know all of it, and you can know your why. But if you don't have your who to help you bring you up when you're feeling that low and you can't breathe, it doesn't matter. You're going to continue to trek through that darkness. And I was in depression and I was in crippling anxiety. I had heart palpitations and I was sitting in the hospital. I sat in the hospital for 4 hours because my heart was beating irregularly. I could feel it in my chest, but then they hooked me up to the machine and they said everything's fine, but I know my body. And when you have that much anxiety, you have to surround yourself with people. And I always thought, growing up, I'm not like shy to depression. I was depressed my entire life, and it was crippling, and to the point where they want to put me on meds, but I don't believe in that. And I just kind of trekked through it. But one thing I always said was, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. And when we're suffering in silence, and we're suffering in the darkness, in the darkest, deepest parts of our mind, and our mind are telling us these horrible things inside, you need people. You need people to bring you up. But for some reason, we have it in us that we need to suffer in silence, right? So you see these mental health ads with phone numbers that people can text and reach out, but we're so afraid. We're so afraid to admit that sometimes we need help. But the most successful people in the world received help of some sort, whether it be in business coaching or marketing or advertising or PR or masterminding, right? Like to mastermind with Richard Branson for a couple days is $100,000, and you walk away with $1 billion ideas, right? Warren Buffett, $350,000 to sit down and have dinner with him, but you walk away with $1 billion ideas. It's $1 million to work with Tony Robbins. Again, you walk away with $1 billion ideas, right? So when you surround yourself, so we put our trust in these gurus and these coaches who are posting these fabulous photos online and these pictures and all these things. And I'll never forget, one guy said, I can't remember who it said. I was listening to somebody on YouTube, something motivational, and they said, he's like, I seen it. You see them hop the fence to go take these photos with airplanes, and they've never been on a plane in their life, right? You see them on private jets and things like that. You can't always trust what you see online. So have those conversations. Reach out to the people who are vulnerable and telling their story and are relatable. That's why I'm sitting here in a hoodie with you right now, right? I'm a real person. I'm not sitting in my mansion.
Mm-hmm. It's so true, and that's what people need to see more of online, especially with the disconnect in communication, especially human interaction these past few years. Like communication online, people are craving it right now. They haven't had communication with a lot of even their family. So be real and authentic, and reach out to people and talk with people, because that's what people want. Is they want the real, they want the relatable and the authentic, and that's what you need to do. That's what we do. That's what we're literally all about.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to, there's different ways to work with us, right? Like you can have the opportunity to work with us one on one. You can have the opportunity to work with us and our team. You can have the opportunity to work with just our team. Like we insulate you. We help support you and help you grow in all areas, right? Mindset and self-love and money and wealth creation, and like having those conversations to give yourself permission to be able to live that life that you want, right? You have to give yourself permission. As women, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, right? Maybe you work full time and then you come home and you put in another 8 hours with the kids and the dinner and the cleaning, right? And maybe you are trying to grow your network marketing business. And Zig Ziglar, I think, stated, you go to your 9 to 5 to pay your bills, but then you do your 5 to 10 to create your wealth, right? And so maybe that's what you're doing. And it is tiring and it is exhausting. So having somebody who can help you on that path is key. And I am not here slandering or bashing coaches by any means, because I've spent a lot of money on really good coaches who have gotten me to where I am, and I will continue to invest. My goal is to invest $100,000 this year into my personal development, and I'm going to continue to invest in my growth, because that is where growth happens, when you are surrounded by people who want to lift you up. And like I said, last year, I think one of our best coaches was like $25,000 that we paid, and we got so much value from it.
Oh yeah, so much. It definitely, I would, with this episode, it's like we love coaches. Everything we do, that's why we do what we do, because we believe in it so much, and we know that it's literally, you're a coach, and hiring a coach is like a best friend, right? They're that person that literally is like, give me your hand, let's fucking go. What is your goal? Tell me what you want, and let's get you to it. That person, that best friend, is going to give you the kick in the ass. That best friend is going to be real with you and not just say what you want to hear, because that best friend knows where you are. They know everything about you. A good best friend does, right? A good coach does. They know everything about you. They know everything that you want. They know how to help you get there, because they've been through it. If you're relating to them, that's what you need to look for. And the market is saturated. There's millions of coaches out there.
There's this thing right now. Like, I don't know what's happening. It's like there's coaches bragging, right? They're bragging about high money months, and they're bragging about that. And what I want to ask though is, are they making a difference? Are they making a difference in somebody's life? Or are they just trying to nail down the algorithm? Right? And you see it. I love Grant Cardone. He's a fucking billionaire, but like I do his live trainings where I get to see him live. Like, I like to be live with people, right? I've watched webinars, don't get me wrong, but I pay to watch them live. But Grant Cardone does one every Monday on YouTube, and I was listening, and he does talk about investing, and he talks about how to multiply your money, and he talks about investing with him and all these things, which I think is brilliant, because you do need to invest, and why not invest with somebody who has $1 billion backing, right? And so I'm listening to him, and this woman calls in, and he's genuinely asking questions, and he was so genuine. She's like, my mom passed, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that your mom passed. Like, genuinely cared, like stopped his excited happiness like he usually is when he's talking about money. And he genuinely cared. And he said to his producer, he said, get her phone number, because I'm going to call her after this segment. Right? Like, come on. Those are the type of people that you want to work with. I've done Tony Robbins. I've paid for his virtual summits, and I go on, and he's always like giving stuff away, literally. Okay, this person send them this, right? Sending these things. Even Bob Proctor, we did one too, and he did one live, and he's like, I'm gonna send you this course, I'm gonna send you this. Like, truly cares. Or here's my phone number. I remember I was on one, he's like, here's my phone number, give me a call after this. Right? Those are genuine people who want to help you. Right? Buying these $27 courses and these $1,000 courses, not really going to get you to where you want to be. And yes, if you want to work with people, it's an investment, right? Don't get me wrong. You do have to invest, because they are giving you their time, and time is, our most valuable asset. And it's something we don't know is going to end for us. And I believe that making money is a reward for providing incredible value. Right? And so that's why I'll never say that I'm a guru. I don't even like to say that I'm a coach, even though I'm a certified money coach, right? I just want to be a friend that I can help you step into your power and to live your life, and to get the value and the training and the mindset that you need. Because once you're in alignment, everything changes. And that is what happened to me. I hired a coach. I paid a lot of money for a coach who got me into alignment. And now I'm not going to say you're going to be with them forever, because you won't, because every coach helps you at a certain stage in your life, right? Like I was paying $10,000 for a coach. Now I'm paying $25,000 for a coach, right? Like that's the different stages. As you grow, the areas that you're working on are going to continue to grow. So I want you to walk with us. I want you to walk with us, not in front of us, not behind us, side by side, to get you to where you want to be as two strong women.
I love it, Sarah. It's literally everything that we are.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we've done since day one. And I'm never one to say, oh my gosh, I had a $50,000 month, $100,000 month. I'm the one posting testimonials from the people that I'm helping, because that's what I want to show you. I want to show you the success in every single person that works with us. I want to show you that, because why do you give a fuck what I'm making? Right? You don't care. No, I don't think anybody thinks every day, what is that person making and what is that person making? It's the impact you're having on the world, the difference that you're making. And I got to tell you, I've never been more proud to be a Canadian this week, in the last week, than I've been ever. Like the movement that's been happening in Canada, literally, I get emotional every morning and every night and often throughout the day thinking about it, because that is serving when it's moving the entire world, like literally moving the entire world now, and there hasn't been one incident of anything negative. Like they're playing hockey in the streets.
They're
They're
cleaning up.
literally loving life in the shittiest time. And
They're
that's a movement.
That's a movement, right? And that's what we want to do too, right? We want to break the rules with you. We want to break the rules and unlock the secret of owning your worth, so that you can confidently claim the life that you want with ease, right? We want to help you because we've done it the hard way. Holy shit, did we ever do it the hard way? And when you do it with somebody, it is 10 times easier to get to your goals. You save hundreds of thousands of dollars. You save thousands of hours, right? And so I'm going to use the word coach. When you hire a coach or a mentor, whatever you want to call them, they've usually gone through the messy trial and error so that you don't have to.
Yeah. That's the kind of person I want, though, because I don't want to go through the bumps if I don't have to, right? So
Yeah.
it's beautiful when you have somebody who's been through it all and has been persistent, and they're still there doing everything to help. And it's kind of our story. It's been rough, it's been messy, it's been fun, it's been an adventure, but we love what we do. We're authentic, we're real. We'll tell you some of the shit you don't want to hear, but that's who we are. You can take it or leave it, just like you can anywhere else.
Yep.
And that's literally what we're about. So every single Wednesday, we have a webinar. If you can make it, that would be awesome. Come hang out with us.
Yep.
Sarah says it's boring. I love it.
Hey, it's like it's money, right? Nobody likes to talk about money. It gives you all the feelings, right? The good feelings, the bad feelings, the scared feelings, the angry feelings. But I'm actually gonna be starting a money class. I'm gonna be doing a money class every week in our free Facebook group. So we'll put the link below. Make sure you guys join us, and we'll be in there because let's face it, we still want to make money, right? We all want to make money. That's why you listen to us. We want to help you make money too. All the money, the millions and millions and millions of dollars that you want to make too. But we want you to do it the right way. Want you to do it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll put the link for the Facebook group here in the description. And then you can see the events and everything that we have in the group as well. So everything's posted in that group, events, things that are going on. And then you also have somebody who keeps you up to date in that group as well. So if anything gets lost in your notifications, because Facebook's a busy place, someone's there to help you out along the way. So
Yeah,
I'll put that link below. What's that, Sarah?
our team is awesome.
Oh gosh, it's such an incredible group of ladies.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you over there. We'll see you everywhere. We'll see you back next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.